Welcome to Beyond Our Focus. I'm Stefan, this is Amanda, and this is Breaking Prisms for September 17th, where we go over the Twilight Zone, which we'll be reviewing today, where we go over Black Mirror, which we've done all love, go check that out, and we go over Love, Death, and Robots, which will be out Thursday. Today is the 21st episode of the Twilight Zone, the original Twilight Zone, titled Mirror Image.
Dun, dun, dun.
Did they give us a dun 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 on this one?
Yes-ish. It was a small one, and it was when I think she came out of the bathroom and her... no, what was it? At one point in time, we did get a kind of like dun 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 note.
Yeah, I think it was on the bags.
The bag.
But that was more like a revelation. Yeah. Like, oh, something really weird is going on.
Yeah. It
where previous like ones, this clock has no hands! Dun dun dun!
Yeah, no. I don't think we got anything that big. We did get some major music on other parts, but otherwise, no.
So, top level mirror image. What did we think of this episode?
Well, starting off, at least like originally when it ended, we definitely had different views as far as you had a high distaste for it. You didn't find it up to par with your interest.
I think it was more interesting than in certain aspects of it than Purple Testament, but I think in a lot of ways it was just as boring. I think it was very, very, very slow, and not a lot of interesting things happened very often until like the very end. Things kind of moved, but I don't like how things happened in the end either at all.
Well, for me, I
like the concept, though.
Yeah. I didn't seem as bothered by it. I think it's because I didn't mind that it wasn't like everything's happening at once, or I didn't mind that it wasn't as fast-paced. I enjoy things that play with people's minds, especially like the characters' minds. Like, I like when things are there and then they're not there, or people are saying that you did something when you know you didn't, and it's just... I love things like that, so.
I don't have an issue with it. I don't know. I didn't think it handled it particularly well. I liked her. And I did like the old man. I did not like the maid at all. I just found her just generally just annoying.
Yeah. I don't know.
And then the guy who was in it was like, okay, you're fine. Oh, no, you're terrible. Okay. Interesting concept.
Fine, you're terrible.
Interesting pieces. Okay. Not particularly well executed. And I didn't like the end. Not the end ending. I didn't mind the end ending. But I like the ending.
As I said, overall, I didn't see as many issues with it. I felt like the storyline for that, like this show, for this time period, all that kind of things, I enjoyed it.
Yes, if you really look at it through the lens of 1960.
Which I always do. That's one of the reasons why I love these things. Why I love going back and watching the old classic horror movies, the black and white movies and stuff like that. Is I know that 100% they're never going to match what's happening these days.
Yeah, but so. I like the episodes that hold up.
Yeah, this is true.
Episodes
there's
that
no
hold
doubt
up.
About that.
When you can even by today's standard, they still told a good story. It was still solid. Yeah. The acting was still good. When it holds up over time is when you have great episodes.
Yeah.
But when it doesn't hold up, it's like, And when I have to go back and be like, I need to look at this through the 1960s, like, that's when it's not holding up. That's when I need to change my perspective. I need to change things. And at that point, it's like,
And to me, I don't have that, I'm not that against that. I don't have...
You can be a little more even.
That's something you do before the show.
Well, it happened now.
Before.
And if by chance y'all hear whining on the microphone, because I hear whining.
He's a puppy.
She's very upset. Upset.
Well, her sissy's missing right now. So.
That's not why she's upset.
Oh, well, she's...
upset because Sandy's not here.
Well, puppies do that.
Yes.
Puppers like their people, and you've decided to lock yourself away from the pupper.
She has to be seeing something outside. So.
No, it's not for me.
What?
I said it's not for me. We were talking about the key earlier. So you said she's seeing something outside. I was like, well, it's not for me. No, I'm outside. Just
I don't know
like
what's
this
going
episode,
on. I was confused.
okay?
I mean, you get two places at once. So yeah, this is about a lady being utterly confused and people saying she's done things she hasn't done.
Yes.
That's kind of the summary without getting way too incredibly deep into what's going on.
The gist is a woman who firmly feels that she has a good head on her shoulders, as everyone says to her, is just feeling like she's starting to lose it a bit. Oh, well, hi.
That is you. Well, see, at the end of the day, we get that opening dialogue. This is a lady you would say, quote, has a good head on her shoulders, unquote.
Yeah.
And at the end, I didn't feel like she did. Nothing to me made it seem like she had a real good head on her shoulders. Especially more towards the end.
Well, that was the point, though. But anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. First, it's the rating.
What are we rating? So we can get jump with the spoilers.
The rating for us, I felt it at least stood up to a 3.
She says a 3. I say a 2. We're compromising with 3. So we're going to give it a 3. We're giving it a 3. Yeah. Not a bad episode. I like the acting. I like the actress.
Yeah.
We'll get into spoilers. Just get into spoilers. Talk about things.
Honestly, I would definitely go watch it. At least give it a chance before you jump into the spoilers. Like, just watch it, see how you feel about it, and then come back.
Yeah, do all that and come back.
He would obviously don't want to. He doesn't want you to.
It's not one of my favorite episodes, by no means.
What the hell's going on?
I don't know. A lot's going on, apparently.
Pretty much the verdict is, okay, well, come get the key if you want it.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Anyways, into spoilers. So, yeah.
So, pretty much, summary of the story is a woman is at a bus station waiting for a bus, and weird things start happening as, like, her bag keeps moving around, not as physically, like 1 minute it's there, 1 minute it's gone. She keeps talking to people, and they keep telling her continuously that she needs to stop asking them questions, needs to stop coming up, stop bothering them.
Mm-hmm.
You've already been here, and she's utterly and completely confused because she knows for sure this is the first time she's talked to anybody. She's been sitting here waiting for her bus, and it's a half an hour late.
Yes. So, the old man was fine. The maid, again, I didn't like. I just thought she was annoying.
She was just weird. Like, it was just weird that she just stopped in the middle of cleaning to just stare at this lady.
Weird. What time was it? Like 2:30 in the morning? Did she really have a reason to even be there, this maid? I don't know.
Well, if it's an all-night bus station, then...
Even then, they'd have her clean during the day. They barely had anybody. But it doesn't really matter. That's not important to the story. So yeah, I was fine with her, even up through her seeing herself for the first time in the mirror. Like, okay, she's fine. Then we get the guy that she's really way too divulgent with information to a guy she's never met before. Like, I'm trying to tell this perfect little stranger this really crazy thing that no one really logically should believe you on, and really expect them to believe me.
One, it's not actually that uncommon to have really weird conversations at bus stations. I've traveled by bus I don't know how many times, and the people you meet... the people you meet are...
Did you throw them
crazy.
all into the Louis bin?
Close.
Every single one. The police, they're talking crazy, take them away.
But that's the thing, I'm weird myself, so when someone starts telling me weird crap, it's like I'm not like, oh my goodness, I'm going to commit to you.
But
unless
still,
they're like,
it's just
literally...
like certain things you don't just say, yeah! Oh yeah, my bag's been moving around, and I'm seeing this lady who looks just like me. She's all around. Yeah, that happened.
Why not?
At this day and age, it's more logical now than it was, in my opinion, would be even then. Because then you would seem crazy.
Well, that's the thing, is that you also have to think of it from that point of view.
But that's why she wouldn't have said anything. Or why she shouldn't have said anything, in my opinion.
You also have to realize that the narrator set her up as someone who 100% is just solid, never thinks about really weird stuff, just kind of is to the point, that kind of person. And suddenly all these weird things start happening to her at 2 a.m. She feels, the first instinct, of course, is to rationalize it. She's like, it's delusions. I either have a fever, I'm sick, or I'm too tired. So yes, she does rationalize it, but as more and more weird things happen to her, of course it's going to eat.
All in a 20-minute span.
I'm just saying.
Because this was not long. This woman goes from a rational woman with a good head on her shoulders to completely insane in 20 minutes.
And it can happen. You apparently don't live in the same crazy world that I do.
It was a little too much, a little too fast.
Yeah.
And
it is
then my biggest thing,
24-minute episode. You do realize that, right?
I do realize
they have
that.
to tell that story in 24 minutes.
Yes, but you can pass time differently in 24 minutes. We don't have to be. This is not like the show 24, where we literally went every hour was an hour in the real world. We've gone through. They could have taken an entire year in the episode in 24 minutes. I think we could have played this out differently. It was a little too quick, and he was a little too quick to just say, you know what? She is totally insane. I'm calling the police. And you know what? They're just going to take her away because police just take anybody away if you say they should. Apparently. This woman, she said crazy things. Take her away. Pulled up, gone. That was it. There was nothing more. It's like, it's a little too easy.
Well, the other thing
either one, we're incredibly sexist, which we're in the 1960s, so maybe. So when a guy says a woman's crazy, she's gone.
That would be 100%, a possibility.
And that's what I felt like.
And
this woman's...
The other thing is you have to realize that it's like she already seemed crazy to the dude there. She already seemed crazy to the maid. She was about to get on a bus and just bolted back inside.
But
and then
the
passed
cops
out.
Didn't interrogate anyone. Didn't ask anyone else around.
No.
They assumed the woman out at the front of the station, no matter what, was the woman they needed to take, and she was gone like that. There was no questioning. There was no, okay, so you say she's crazy, or maybe she even tells her story. Oh, let's ask him. Oh, he says the woman. Okay, now we have a bunch of people saying something's wrong with this lady. Yes, maybe she needs to be looked at. And then maybe they could take her away. Not, they pulled up, grabbed her, threw her in the vehicle, and they were gone. Like, yeah.
Maybe this happens a lot at this bus station.
I don't know.
Because based off the end of the episode, when the dude sees his, it's like, I wonder if this is just a way station for doppelgangers. But then you'd think the old man would be in on it, which he was already.
So it's just,
it's weird.
It's making a lot of excuses for the episode to make it better, in my opinion. So I think it could have been done better. So I just have issues. And then weirdly him chasing himself at the end of the episode. Because his progressed 20 times faster than hers. Hers was suitcase, bathroom, this, that. And then finally sees herself, so she goes back inside and passes out.
Her other self had to wait for a friggin' bus.
And then why did this guy run off like it was nobody's business? There was nobody, there was a bag, and he was gone. I don't know.
Anyway.
Yes, I have issues with this episode.
Yes. So we gave the episode a 3 out of 5. What do you guys think? If you've seen the episode, if you haven't seen the episode, but you just wanted to see what it was all about, and then you want to go back and watch it for yourselves, that's fine too. Just let us know.
For 1960s, it may hold up fine. For today, But you know what there wasn't in this episode? Didn't see a single kaiju. Not a single one. Let us know what y'all thought. But as always, you can reach me at Kate. No. Oh. At Stars on Travel. You can reach Amanda at Casey Pup. Reach the show at Beyond Our Focus. Everywhere, including YouTube and podcast services around Zickaloo.
Possibly.
I think so. I mean, according to the analytics, it seems like we're everywhere.
We haven't reached outside of the
Earth
yet.
The Earth? No. Yeah. No. Saturn and Jupiter and
still not
Mars.
There. We're getting there, though.
No views from there yet.
According to Anchor, we're getting there.
What a weird thing to give us. Like, you clicked the wrong thing. Like, all your views are from Earth. Yeah, thank you.
I want to know who's getting views from other places. If you are, if your Anchor podcast is getting subscriptions or follows or views from somewhere outside of Earth, let us know. We want to get in contact.
Because that's going to start getting interesting. Yeah. I want to know that because we have real proof of alien. Anchor, the first place to proof of alien life. Anyways.
But once again, as we have always told you since our other show, doppelgangers, if you see yourself, run.
Or kill them.
Because they're out to get you, or it's bad luck and you both are going to die. So just, you see yourself.
In this episode, it was definitely, they were bad.
I'm going to preferably suggest you don't kill them. Because by chance you have a long lost twin and no one told you.
Kill them anyways.
Bad. Okay.
I was going to say something about something, but it would be a spoiler. Yeah, it'd be a spoiler. I'll tell you once we get off this, so. Till next time! Subscribe, comment, like.
And then have long days and pleasant nights.
Long days, pleasant nights.